All right, so I don't know if I can hold my camera upwards like this. I don't know. Is that okay? Does YouTube take this? I'm not sure. But yeah, I just really wanted to get on here quickly. I know I haven't been on here in a while and I just pop up like that. That's insane. But I wanted to pretty much talk about the new year because I know New Year's coming up in a few months here. And it's always videos about the new year, everybody doing the same thing, new year, new me, and it's always those types of videos, right? So anyways, before I get into that, quick a little bit about why I have not been on YouTube. So pretty much I've been gone for maybe a year, over a year. It's pretty much because I needed that space. I needed that isolation period in my life to where I can get closer to God. So I was looking for my spirituality, trying to gain that stronger relationship with God, and that's what I've been doing. And I really didn't have time, or I pretty much did not have time to get on YouTube. Let's just be honest. I didn't have time to get on YouTube because of that. I needed to spend more time focusing on that, studying the word, being closer in God's presence. And I was able to accomplish that throughout that time period of isolation. But other than that, I did want to talk about the new year and how many people, they like to say, oh, new year, new me. And there's lots of goals that people like to put in place. I'm not going to be on here really long. It's going to be really quick. Just something that's been on my heart lately about the new year. Something that I want to instill in my life as well. So, pretty much so. I guess the first thing that I want to talk about is that I heard a word from God to where in order to, my camera keeps saying more light, in order to make goals or be consistent, achieve accomplishments for the new year's, I think one key of that is to pretty much stay humble. Hear me out now. Like, the reason why I say staying humble for me was something that I felt like it was important in leveling up or in accomplishing any type of goal that's needed to be accomplished, is because when you're humble, you're in a space to where you have the fruits. Like you have patience, you have kindness, you have gentleness, you have these fruits. So when you're in that space, that allows more opportunities to come your way. Therefore, that allows growth. So that's where I got the humbleness from, and why that is I feel like it's closely associated with progressing in life and being successful, and not just being successful like worldly wise, but reaching goals and being successful, whether it be spirituality or in the world, not just one way. So yeah, that came to me, and I'm sorry, y'all. I was gonna go outside today and do this, but it's cold here in Florida. It's freezing. I know it's like 60 degrees, but I'm cold and I just can't. I can't sit outside. I can't do this right now. It's been cold all day. But yeah, so that's why I'm not outside. But I did have my jacket on. I have my cardigan on because I planned on going out. But anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss, and that's what I had on my heart. Now, another way that I felt like in order to succeed in the new year, I feel like a lot of people focus on what they want to succeed, but they don't focus on the barriers that they need to get over. So it's like you're focusing on, oh, I got to lose weight. Oh, I have to make sure I purchase my car this year, or I have to make sure I get the job that I want this year. But in order to get those things, you have to focus on what's stopping you from getting those things first. And that would be the barriers in your life. So whether it be something like jealousy from another person, you may be jealous of someone. You have to get over those barriers before you expect to receive any type of blessings that's going to come your way. You have to get over barriers such as, like I said, jealousy, forgiveness, other things that I had on my self-doubt, and that has to do with confidence. And kindness, you have to have better self-discipline. Like, these things you have to have before you even focus on the prize or the reward at the end of the day. So this year, that's what I've wanting to kind of like focus more on. I don't want to focus on just the good, but I want to focus on the things that are preventing me from receiving the good, if that makes sense. So yeah, getting closer to God, I feel like, is one thing that is very important, because without God, those blessings that are coming your way may not be a blessing. It may be something from the adversary. So you got to be careful on what you move forward and what you're receiving in life. You have to be careful if you don't have God close to you. Forgiveness, like I just touched on, you have to have forgiveness, because if you're not forgiving anybody, I want to do a whole separate video on forgiveness actually, but real quick, if you're not forgiving or have forgiveness in your heart for anyone, then how can you expect to receive anything in life or progress anywhere in life? It's not going to happen, because once again, it's a barrier. So if you have that barrier up, you're not going to allow blessings to flow in your life, the right blessings. You know what I mean? Blessings from God. Jesus Christ. Okay? So you're not going to be able to receive those You're not going to be able to receive those blessings if you don't allow that to happen in your life. I have so much on my mind right now. I want to get it all out at once. But yeah. Being more kind. Once again, another one of the fruits of the spirits. If you aren't being kind to others, that's also going to stop you from receiving or allowing blessings to flow within your life and receiving any opportunities that anyone may have wanted to offer to you. It's going to completely stop that. And it's like, why does it hurt to be kind to others? For example, like, why does it hurt to say hi to someone with a smile on your face? It doesn't hurt. It takes more energy to be angry every day than it does to just be nice to others, like, or to be kind to others. You know, do a good deed, each day or something like that, and maybe that can train someone who has been dealing with so much animosity or hostileness in their life. Do a good deed each day. Help build those habits of training your brain to be good, be kind. It's not hard. Your brain takes 14 days to pick up patterns. Your brain picks up patterns within 14 days. Do something kind for 14 days straight. Bam, there you go. All right, so another thing I feel like is a good something you can try for the new year would be to move in silence. A lot of people don't like to move in silence. They like to share their ideas, their plans, like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight for the new year, I'm gonna do this. But it's like, when you say those things out loud, it's almost like your brain gets like this kick of dopamine to where you think you have already accomplished it, therefore you are less likely to accomplish it again. And so it's like, why not just keep that to yourself and use that energy that you want to use to tell people what you want to do? Use that energy instead to do it. It doesn't really benefit you much of telling others. Yeah, it's a good idea, but it's like, what if you share with somebody, oh, I want to do this and do that, and then that person tries so hard, just maybe they don't like you, maybe they're trying so hard just to accomplish that particular goal, just because they know you want that goal, just so they can have one up on you. And once again, that's a whole nother subject that I want to talk on and discuss on eventually. But yeah, people are like that. Like people can be so insecure to the point to where, or jealous or envious of you in particular, to the point to where if you share something that you want to do, like a goal you want to accomplish, they will take that idea and try to beat you to the punch just to make themselves feel good, you know? And it's like, it's sad that it's like that, but it is what it is. So moving in silence is something that I recommend for any of you ladies, any of you guys to do for the new year in 2025, because we want to move forward. We want to start progressing. We want to actually get things done in 2025. We don't want to be stuck to where we were this year and the year before. You don't want to be stuck in the same place. So anyways, another thing that I realized that a lot of people don't really have much of in today's day and age would be hobbies. Pick up a new hobby. Do something that calms your mind. Do something that you enjoy. Do something that you can learn something from. Like, I picked up a hobby. I like gardening. I like running. I picked up this silly hobby. I like origami. Like, I've been learning that. I've been learning new languages, like just something that's gonna keep you interested, something to keep you off the phone also. So when you're not busy, you're not just picking up your phone scrolling all the time, but you have another hobby that you can put some more time and energy to. And then you can learn, like it can be a cute little hobby on the side, something like, oh, I know how to do that. And then who knows, you may start a business from it. So yeah, hobbies are important. Meeting new people, meeting friends with quality. I think that's another important one. Meeting new people is very important. Like, you want to meet people not because you want to have fun and hang out. You want to meet people who are going to help you grow, who are going to help you reach new milestones. You want to meet people who are going to push you and tell you the truth, or like if you are cutting up, like you need those type of people in your circle. You don't want no yes men or yes women around telling you that everything you do is good, because those people probably want to see you fail. Let's be real. If they're not telling you, oh, you need to do this, oh, you need to do that, or you need to stop doing this, they're not putting you in your place when you need to be put in your place at times, especially girlfriends. Let them go, because they want to see you fail. They don't want to see you be successful or more so successful than them. So definitely let them go. And I definitely want to do a whole nother, like a whole video within itself on that. But yeah, so definitely make sure you choose, if I say definitely one more time, choose a good quality of friends. Make sure you choose the right people that are just as successful, or if not more successful than you, somebody you can learn from, someone that's not going to be jealous of your accomplishment, someone that's going to support you emotionally, someone that's going to be there for you, just someone you can trust. Okay, just be very mindful of the friends you choose for 2025, because who you surround yourself around is very important to how far you get in life. Like, if you're hanging out with friends and all they want to do is smoke, drink, go to the club and party all the time, then that's going to leave you a little stagnant. You're going to stay back. That's going to slow you down from the goals you need to do, because if they want to go out and party one night, or if they want to go out and do something that you ain't supposed to be doing anyway one night, then it's like, you could have stayed home and studied. You could have stayed home and learned something new that night. Or you could have stayed home and something that worked on your business, something that could have helped you move further and progress further in life. Another thing I feel like is very important for the new year would be recognizing that time is currency. So the older I get, the more I'm realizing that time is money. Time is money, honey. So when you hear people that be saying things like time is money, like that's actually a legit thing. Like, time is currency. So who you surround yourself with, or who you give your presence to, who you give your time to. You have to be very mindful of who, how long, what is the substance of why I'm here. When you give people your time, or when you attend certain events or certain places, like, you have to value your time more than you would have before. Be very selective, but with who you give your presence and your energy and your time to. My phone is dying. All right, let me hurry up. So time is currency. Self-discipline is another one that is very important. And I think this kind of covers all of the fruits of the spirit. And I'm referring to the Bible. Okay. So self-discipline is very important, because if you don't have self-discipline, then you can't accomplish anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing in life. So self-discipline starts with first taming your emotions, I feel like. If you find yourself, let's just use road rage, for example. If you find yourself to a point to where you can't control your emotions, you can't calm yourself down in fits of rage, and you're behind the wheel, somebody cuts you off, you're just going off, throwing up fingers, you're doing all sorts of stuff, and it's like, you can't control that. You can't discipline yourself to a point to where you can't control your emotions, then how are you going to accomplish anything else in life? Because life is waves. It's gonna come with ups and downs, and you're gonna have to know how to manage yourself throughout those times. Like, you are your own person. You know yourself best. You are your best critic. So when those moments happen, you have to be the one to manage your own emotions and be more so self-disciplined. And so yeah, that's one thing that I want to touch on for the new year. I know I'm like months ahead of the new year, but it's something that's on my spirit for a while now. Gentleness is another thing that needs to be implemented in 2025, because being gentle with yourself is the utmost important. You have to realize that this is your first time being human. You're not going to get it all. Don't be so harsh on yourself. You're not going to get everything right. It's your first time. Give yourself grace. It's okay. So being gentle with yourself, and also being gentle with others, that's also going to get you a long way regardless of anything. So be easy on yourself. Don't put too much on your plate that you know you can't handle. Take baby steps when it comes to implementing new goals and whatnot in the new year. Move slow, and yeah. And that's all I have for today. Until later, my phone is about to die, so I have to kind of I sped it up a little bit more than I needed to. But I'll be back on here maybe later this week. Thank you for watching.